Hello and a warm welcome to a stadium that always oozes passion, St James's Park. My name is Derek Ray, and sitting next to me here on the commentary gantry is the former Arsenal and West Ham United midfield man, Stuart Robson. And very much looking forward to bringing you action from the Premier League. Newcastle United up against Manchester United.
Well, Derek, we can talk about coaches and their methods, but it's now down to the players. Which ones are going to stand out, who will affect the game, and who will have the greater desire? It should be a cracking game, though.
And here's the Newcastle formation.
Well, it's a 4-3-3 formation with a centre forward and two wingers. So it's important that the midfield players give support to the striker whenever the ball goes wide. They can't allow him to be isolated.
And here's the lineup for Manchester United. David De Gea starts in goal. Marcel Sabitzer plays alongside Scott McTominay in midfield. And Wout Weghorst is the striker.
Number 5, Fabian Schär. Number 33, Dan Burn. Number 39, Bruno Guimaraes. Thank you, St James's Park. Enjoy the game.
And they kick off here. Promising sequence. And it's with Isaac. And return to Saint-Maximin. Using all his defensive acumen to cut it out. And he's broken free. And a goal it is. No long wait for the opener today.
Well, here it is again, and it's all about the pace on the counter-attack. They were so quick to break out from their defensive positions, and when he gets onto it, he holds off the challenge, keeps his balance, and makes good contact with the ball. That's a top-class finish.
Goal for Manchester
And back
United.
underway. 1-0 it is.
Bruno Fernandes.
Longstaff. Joe Willock. In the right place to cut out the pass. Long way out. Well, the goalkeeper is thankful that it wasn't a better effort than it actually was. Weghorst. And Rashford. Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes. And now Rashford. And he takes on the shot. Superb block. Guimaraes. And providing width. Isaac. Surely the equaliser. Keeper getting the touch. Excellent assessment of the situation at the back.
Well, what a good piece of goalkeeping that was. But the equaliser can't be long in coming, surely.
No worries for the keeper. Marcel Sabitzer. Now with Weghorst. Scott McTominay. Really getting stuck in. Guimaraes. Longstaff. Magnificent challenge to win it back. Marcus Rashford. Bruno Fernandes has it. Isaac. Saint-Maximin. Varane carrying out his defensive duties following the cross. They favoured a short one here. Saint-Maximin. That is a really disappointing effort. Goodness me.
On that occasion, just didn't make the right sort of contact. Should be testing the goalkeeper from that sort of range.
Wout Weghorst. Fernandes. Marcus Rashford. An important interception. Longstaff. Isaac. Trippier. Crossing opportunity. Can he find the net? Determined defending. And with that, the attack fizzles out. Weghorst. Bodies forward and the break looks on. Rashford. Well, they keep working away, looking for an opening. Rashford. On to Weghorst. Now just the tackle that was needed. Bruno Fernandes. Can they convert? And the keeper more than equal to it. Taken short. Rashford, chance to finish. And a goal it is. They lead by 2 now. Fully deserved.
Well, I have to say, he's done really well here. He's in the right place and then a decent finish. That's a good goal.
So the ball rolling again. 2-0 the score.
Marcus Rashford.
He read the situation defensively and did his job. Encouraging stuff from United. Dalot. Well, he made that interception look routine. In truth, it wasn't. Oh, a lovely ball. And he's through. It's one of the saves of the season from De Gea. So the corner played into the box. Marcel Sabitzer. Bruno Fernandes has it. This might be the perfect counter-attacking opportunity. And he's broken free. A goal! They're absolutely racing away with this. 3 to the good now.
Well, here it is again, and it's a superbly weighted through ball to break that defensive line. And Rashford's finish gives the keeper no chance. He hits it with such venom.
Goal for Manchester
So the action
United.
underway once more, and it's beginning to look as though it's a case of how many for United. Really doing a fine job of protecting the ball. He's given it straight to the opposition.
Well, United have certainly controlled the ball, as you can see. They've passed it well, their movement's been good, and they've been well worth their lead. Could get even better here.
Yes, it's going to plan, and they might be able to carve out another chance. Bruno Fernandes. Longstaff. Joe Willock. And the counter-attack is on. Options available. Well, let's see if something comes of this. And it's with Isak. Well, it wasn't the best piece of finishing, in all honesty. Goal kick.
Yeah, it was all good until that final effort. Just shows you how devastating they can be on the break, though.
Well, they really were dicing with a lot of danger.
Well, he's made up for his mistake, but he got lucky there, that's for sure.
Shaw. Weghorst. Getting in there to intercept. Well, the first 45 minutes have almost come and gone, and Newcastle have an awful lot to do, Stuart.
Well, what can you say? This has been a dismal first-half display from them. They've lacked discipline, they've looked disorganised, and they've lacked fight. Not a great combination, really.
Well, far too much elevation there. Marcel Sabitzer. Here's Luke Shaw. Bruno Fernandes. Weghorst. Anthony. Back with Weghorst. Goalkeeper's ball every day of the week. And the free kick awarded to Manchester United. Rashford. And with that, the attack fizzles out. Well, let's see what they have in store for them on the break. Trippier. Here's Isak. Well, showing good defensive judgment. they've given him too much space. Still looking for space. Well, it didn't really go according to the script, did it?
Well, the less said about that, the better, because that's a really poor attempt in the end.
It's going to be United's free kick. Marcel Sabitzer. Weghorst. Just the challenge that was required. Can they hit on the break? All hands on deck. And for a counter to succeed, it has to happen at lightning pace. It didn't. Oh, great defending. Anthony. Weghorst. Oh, the threat is there. A goal! And I'll tell you what, on this sort of form, very few would lay a glove on them.
Well, here it is again. He goes past his marker so easily with just a drop of the shoulder, and it makes the striker's job so easy. All he has to do is make the right connection. It's a lovely goal.
Goal for Manchester United.
And that's it. We've reached the halfway point here at St James's Park. Well, I must say, Bruno Fernandes having a great game out there. He's been quite the handful for those defenders.
Well, he's run the game, hasn't he? Everything's gone through him. His passing has been excellent, and he's provided a goal-scoring pass as well.
And he's broken free. And a goal it is! No long wait for the opener today. Chance to finish. And a goal it is. They lead by 2 now. Fully deserved. It's one of the saves of the season from De Gea. And he's broken free. A goal! They're absolutely racing away with this. 3 to the good now. Well, far too much elevation there. Well, they've given him too much space. Well, it didn't really go according to the script, did it?
Well, the less said about that, the better, because that's a really poor attempt in the end.
Oh, the threat is there. So the ball moving again. United having already made a big first half statement. Joe Willock. Beautifully weighted ball. And the keeper's delighted to see that sail well over the bar. Goal kick. Anthony. On to Weghorst. Well, offside anyway, albeit a tight one. They've given it away. Anthony. And the free kick awarded to Manchester United. Here's a change for Manchester United.
Number 10, Marcus Rashford, to be replaced by number 25, Jadon Sancho.
Really sitting deep now. That could be problematic. Chance to finish. Well, goodness me. Into the goalkeeper's grateful grasp. Longstaff. Oh, that's a fine pass. And the flag does go up offside. Well, sloppy in possession. Weghorst. Not a good pass. It's a weighted pass. And it's played into the centre. A poor cross, all things considered. Wout Weghorst. Anthony. And they need to get tighter here. Well, the referee might have to send him off. And that is going to mean a caution.
The referee is absolutely right. He knew what he was doing there.
Substitution for Newcastle United.
Substitution time it is here.
Number 28, Joseph Miller, to be replaced by number 9, Callum Wilson.
Well, the free kick just over the crossbar.
Well, I have to say, I thought that was going in. But as you said, Derek, just over the crossbar, not quite coming down in time. Well, as you can see, United have been really good going forward. They've created so many chances, and if they score again soon, it could become very embarrassing.
And they're raiding again here. Attack after attack. And he's made headway. And collected tidily. He had plenty to think about. Sancho. On to Bruno Fernandes. Determined block. Weghorst just can't get it past them. Just wanted to get it out of there. Weghorst. Oh, what an opportunity. And he's only gone and made it a hat-trick. Absolutely unplayable today. What a performance.
Yeah, here's the set-up play. Well, it's a great little back heel, isn't it? And in the 1v1, Fernandes makes no mistake. He never really looked like missing, did he? What a goal that is.
Goal for Manchester
Oh my goodness,
United.
it's so one-sided. 5-0 in this match. Murphy. Longstaff. Wilson.
Can the owner of the blue car
Trippier now.
please return to your vehicle? Your lights are on.
And he was in the right place to intercept. Anthony. Bruno Fernandes. And with that, the attack fizzles out. Really nice ball. Isaac. Surely, there it is. A fantastic goal, and no wonder he's off celebrating.
Well, it's a very simple finish in the end, but his movement was really good. He just found himself a bit of space in the box when it mattered most.
A glut of goals. 5-1 it is.
Wilson.
Doing well to keep possession. Oh, but they've lost it now. Saint-Maximin. And room now out on the flank. Saint-Maximin. It must go in, surely. He had to score, and he does.
Well, let's take another look. Yeah, he won't get an easier finish than that. The defending was all over the place, though.
Newcastle United goal, number 9, Callum Wilson.
20 minutes to go in this one. Wout Weghorst. Perfect tackle. Callum Wilson. Isaac. Now with Saint-Maximin. He's in with a chance. Oh, well, the keeper was called upon and delivered.
Well, he's so good in those 1v1 moments, and he's proved it yet again.
Wilson. Well, he could really get at the opposition, but they dealt with the threat posed. Pressure exerted, but he keeps the ball. He's using his strength to good effect. Oh, big opportunity! And keeping it out. And United will switch things around personnel-wise. And played short. Trippier. And return to Saint-Maximin. And very adept at holding the ball up in this manner. A meaty but fair challenge, and it will be a throw-in. Sancho. Well, not far away from full time, but really you've got to say, Stuart, disappointing from a Newcastle perspective.
Well, they just never got going. People will point fingers towards the centre-backs and keeper, and to be fair, they've been poor, no doubt about that. But they haven't had much protection. There's been so much space for their opponents to operate in, and they've had a field day. The final whistle can't come soon enough.
Going short. Just the challenge that was required. Callum Wilson. And the counter-attack is on. Options available. Bruno Guimaraes. Saint-Maximin. And now Trippier. And just over the bar. Excellent effort it was. Well, real difficulty keeping the ball. Can they do something positive on the counter-attack? Longstaff. And there it is, a goal. But will it be purely a consolation at this stage of the proceedings? They haven't been at their best.
Well, look at the finish here. He's just eased that beyond the keeper. That's a good goal, you have to say.
Not a scoreline we see all that often. 5-3. Bruno Fernandes. Clean challenge. And so into the final 5 minutes. Isaac. Longstaff. And with that, the attack fizzles out. Fernandes. And back with Martial. In position here to protect the ball. Jacob Murphy. Trippier. And fed forwards. And it's with Isaac. Well, able to close down the shot. Takes aim! Well, not the easiest of saves, but you'd expect him to stop it. And there's the delivery. Well, a struggle to get it away properly. Fabian Schär. Going well. Superbly read and executed. Anthony Martial. Teammates available. And he saw the situation developing. Lindelöf. And Martial. And a good challenge to bring that attack to an end. Well, can they be creative from here? Bruno Fernandes. Now with Martial. Can he do it? It's still alive. And he gobbles up the second chance. Disappointment for the keeper. No wonder he's asking questions of his defence.
Well, here it is again, and I feel a bit sorry for the goalkeeper. He makes a good save to start with, but where are his defenders following in? Instead, it's the attacker who's alert. He gets to the ball first, and it's a good finish.
Well, we're underway again, and this game was finished as a contest a long time ago. Trippier. Guimaraes. Callum Wilson. Decent progress with the ball at his feet. Well, shielding the ball admirably. And he's got the beating of his opponent. Longstaff. And the referee blows the whistle. That will be all for this game. And no points picked up by Newcastle United. What did you think of it all?
It was the nature of the performance more than anything else. They never got out of second gear and were completely dominated all over the park. Tell you what, though, I wouldn't want to be in that dressing room right now.
Oh, the threat is there. Weghorst. Oh, what an opportunity. And he's only gone and made it a hat-trick. Absolutely unplayable today. What a performance. Surely. There it is. A fantastic goal. And no wonder he's off celebrating. Maximin. It must go in, surely. He had to score, and he does. Longstaff. And there it is, a goal. But will it be purely a consolation at this stage of the proceedings? They haven't been at their best. Bruno Fernandes. Now with Martial. Can he do it? It's still alive. And he gobbles up the second chance. Disappointment for the keeper. No wonder he's asking questions of his defence.